So I just thought I'd do a quick December update of the allotment. It's looking very bare. Topped most of the beds up with compost, as you can see, and all the paths are topped up with wood chip. So I'll just do a quick tour around of what we've got going, and then I'll just go over a quick overview of the year, what are my positives and negatives, and what's gone well and stuff like that. So right here we've got a cauliflower which was meant for an autumn harvest but didn't, so I was hoping it would overwinter. It's been attacked by birds. I'm sort of just leaving it there. I'm not bothered if it gets attacked and eaten. I'll see what happens. It'll overwinter and then I'll see what happens next year. See if it's got, what's the middle like? Oh, I think that's gonna, I'll just leave it in and see what happens. Here is a garlic patch, so that's hardneck garlic. Here, up to there, where you sort of see that faint line, that patch there has got softneck garlic in, but I'm not sure if the seed was very good, because it hasn't come up, but I have read up that you can put garlic in and it can take a while for it to come up sometimes. Here I've got some chard which will be fine to overwinter. Then I can get some chard for spring. Here I cut down the raspberry canes and I dug out the grapevine just because I thought it was just a mess. It was all intertwined and it was very annoying. So I'm going to move the grapevine and I put it somewhere else, and hopefully it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Just hope. And then I've got, so cut all the raspberry canes right down, and then just topped it up with compost. Last year, or at the start when I got the plot, I put wood chip all down. All of this was wood chip. There was no sort of dedicated bed. And the raspberries, to be honest, weren't that good. They were quite small. And also it was a pain to get in because of the grapevine. So this year I've topped it up with compost instead of wood chip, and left a little path of wood chip in the middle. So hopefully, you never know, next year's might be better. And then I've just topped these beds up. I still need to sort the back of the plot out if I take you around. This back part I just need to weed it. My plan is I'm going to take all of the weeds out. I did leave them in, and I said at the start I want to have sort of a bit of a wild area, but I've changed my plan. I'm going to take all of it out, top it up with cardboard, and then put compost on top. And then I'm going to put some flowers along the front, below the trees. I think that'll look quite nice. I need to top the grapevine up and just tidy all this area up. It's just a mess. I also need to prune all of these, do a winter prune, take them right back down and tidy them up. The cherry tree didn't produce a single cherry. I'm not sure why. It may be because of the netting. I am going to take the netting down, and I'm not going to net it. If the birds get it, the birds get it. It's good for wildlife. Because it goes so big, and to net something that big is it's near impossible, really. Here I've got my onions, so I've just put some sets in. As you can see where they've sort of popped up there. They're a mixture of either red. Some of them are red, some of them are just normal white onions, and then just at the end where it's bare, you can see sort of some tips. They're shallots, so we'll see how they go. This bed had the peas in it. Now it's got onions and spring onions. Some of the onions have either died or I've accidentally pulled out, thinking it's grass, because they look very similar when they're so small. This parsley has been a great success. I put this parsley in when the peas went in, right back in March, April, and it's still going strong. You can see it's going a bit brown, probably from frost and stuff, but I'm just going to leave it in. It's a great thing to add into meals. And then I've got some coriander at the end, which is coming. It's fine. Hopefully it might overwinter. Just at the end here, I've got the parsnips, which are, this is the best time to harvest them because they're getting sweeter as the frost hit them, so the sugars come out as like an antifreeze. Then I've got, under here is just mixture of brassicas. Here I've got some kohlrabi, which hasn't done very well. There's some very small ones, I'm just leaving them in. Got some red cabbage, which is alright. I've got some heads forming. This one here, which you can't see because of the net. And then I've also got some Calabrese broccoli at the end, which, if I just knock that, you can see a head forming, which is a bit annoying because I was hoping they would overwinter and then I'll get a broccoli in the... Well, I was hoping for a broccoli in the autumn, but then it didn't come, so I was hoping they would overwinter and then I have broccoli. So I think those heads are going to freeze and die over winter, but we'll see. Here's the beetroot bed. Like I said in the last one, that half where there is beetroot, I topped with my own homemade compost, and this I didn't, and you can see the difference. So again, I don't think they're going to grow anymore now because it's so cold, so they're just very small. Here is the leek bed, which, to be honest, they've been hit by rust very badly hit by rust, and I've just not got hope. I've got the biggest ones are about that size, which, as you can see, that's my thumb. They're not very big, but hopefully they overwinter and they grow a little bit more in the spring. If not, I'll just take them as baby leeks, tidy them up a little bit. I've moved the compost, turned the compost into that because I've used all of that compost now. I'm gonna aim to not put as much in this, which there won't be that much anyway. Now it's spring, now it's winter, because in the new plot, which I'll show you in a sec, is where I'm going to be making brand new beds with a whole new load of pallets that I've got. So I'll just take you in here. I've topped this side up. At the end is Brussels sprouts, which haven't done very well at all. Don't think I'm going to get any of them. And then just here are some kale, which should be huge by now, but they're not. They should overwinter, and then if I don't get any actual kale, they should overwinter and then sprout and create seed heads, or like little. It's like called poor man's broccoli in spring. So poor man's sprouting broccoli, so at least I'll get a harvest from it. And then in the greenhouse, I've just topped all the beds up. Here is some garlic, which again was the soft neck that hasn't come outside and it hasn't come up in here. Around the edge is garlic, the hard neck one. I've just put it along the edge. And then here, and then where it's a little bit weedy, because I do need to weed it, are some mustards, which are these little things. So it's a mustard Mizuna mustard, and this one is just a normal Mizuna. I think that's the red frilled Mizuna mustard or something like that. And then if I take you down to the new plot, which still is it's like bramble galore. However, I'm hoping Dad will help me dig them out and clear all of that, but I have trimmed most of it. So this is the new plot I've got this winter, so I've trimmed all of this down. I've come across a load of pallets which I'm going to make compost bays out of and do some projects with. These are all the brambles which I need to clear, and my plan is just to have a blank canvas, exact same as what I did with the last plot. I just want to clear all of it, and then I've created a little plan of how I want things to go. So we'll see next year. So my positives of this year are, well, first off, it's how much I've done. Like, this whole plot looked completely different. So it's a whole, started off a blank canvas, and it is completely different to how it used to look before I took over the plot. My top veg, I had very good. In fact, my best vegetable that I grew was my dwarf French beans. They just came. I had so many of them. Also, the courgettes were very good. The cucumbers in the greenhouse were very good. I got a glut of tomatoes, which came a bit late, but I think everyone's did because of the weather this year. I had a good broccoli harvest. However, they weren't tight heads. They did bolt, but they were still a good harvest. The vegetables that didn't grow so well this year were the carrots. They were pretty much non-existent. I wouldn't even say they weren't even baby carrots. They were just nothing. The potatoes, I wasn't very happy with them. I got a little bit of a harvest, but not as good. And the onions, you could say they were good and bad. They were bad in the sense that they didn't swell up to normal onion size. However, they did swell up a little bit, and Dad has made some lovely pickled onions, which are very tasty. They're very good. People have said that they're a lot better than shop bought ones, and they're very crunchy. So that's a positive. So next year, well, we'll see about next year. There should be a lot more. Now I've got the new plot. We'll see what happens over winter. My job for the winter is just sort that end of it out where the apple tree is and the grapevine. Once that's done, this plot is ready for next year, and just keep topping up some more beds. I've only got the leek bed, that half of the beetroot bed, the brassica bed, and just this little end of this bed, and then they're all topped up, ready for next year. And also where the apple tree is. I've just got this side, that side of the bed to top up, and all of the beds are topped up, ready for next year. And the new plot, I'm just gonna see where that takes us. I don't know. I want to make it a bit more floral, and if that's the right word. I want it to look nice. Like this plot does look nice, but I want more character to that plot. I want to have a curved path, and some curved beds, and some circle beds, and triangle beds, and stuff like that. Some flower borders and stuff like that. I'm gonna have a pond on that section, or a little pond. I just want it to look nice, and obviously I will grow a lot of veg. My plan this year, I only had these two small beds of potatoes. Next year, I want to have at least 2 beds this size full of potatoes, so I can get a lot. So to be fair, it's probably going to be double the amount, and I might do another that size bed in the new plot, just because with potatoes, like I'm going to do some Christmas potatoes, which I have done this year, and I pulled them up because they all died back. But we'll see next year. The next time you'll see me, and you'll see the plot will probably be early spring, when I've put some plants in, ready for next summer. I might do one in January, February for like an update of the front plot. That's what I'm calling it, the front plot. So that's when you'll see me next, and I hope you enjoy. Thank you.